You need to know where you are in the air, and with diving, I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
So, you know what? You probably asked a lot about how it started for you, but, you know, a lot of my daughter started in gymnastics. You have the right size and shape for gymnastics,
yes,
which is really important. You said you talk about aerodynamics.
It's really important, but I mean, a lot of people, even if they're not gifted with the right body type, hard work and, you know, stretching and coaches can really make you who you kind of want to be, but being gifted with the right body type is definitely really special, and I'm lucky that, you know, I'm short, and my dad is like 6'4", and my mom is 5'2", so people would all the time just be like, you are just going to be way too tall, because you never really know how tall you're going to be, especially like you sometimes girls would be like short when they're little, and then all of a sudden they're like 5'6", and you smack bars, you hit the floor, with growth spurts, it just doesn't work out. So
yeah, I met Nadia Comaneci, and I was surprised she isn't that small.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually the tallest girl on the Olympic team. I'm 5'4".
You're 5'4".
On like all the internet sites, they have everything wrong. They have me as 5'2". I'm like, I'm 5'4". Okay.
Michaela, we want to start because I want to get you
Yes.
got a lovely personality. I want to make sure that we get it on camera.
Okay.
So we're going to begin. Michaela Maroney joins us right now, and you will remember her from the London Olympics, where she was a gold and silver medalist, and now she's part of the Kellogg's Tour of Gymnastics that comes this Friday to Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Thanks for being here.
Of course, thank you for having me.
What happened to your foot?
I broke this at the Olympics. You don't have a shot in my foot.
That's okay.
I competed on it, and it was kind of broken before I even got to London, and then when I got there on the second day, I broke it really bad, and it's my toe, but like kind of my foot. It's just like all together not good, but I got surgery on it, and I have 4 weeks until it's fully healed, and I have to do rehab on it, and then I can get back in the gym.
So I can't imagine what your life has been like since the summer, and before the summer, of course, training, but then you finished the Olympics, and then you're part of this Kellogg's Tour of Gymnastics. Have you even had time to stop and enjoy your success that you had?
I mean, you really have to do that. You can't, I mean, even if you can't stop, you have to acknowledge the fact that the Olympics is every 4 years, and it's rare that anyone ever gets to go. So I just feel very blessed that I was a part of that team and that I got to compete for my country and win a gold medal. That is just the most amazing feeling in the whole entire world. So I definitely, all the girls on this team, we're just very thankful. And all the time, all the girls are just like, you know, we're Olympic champions. Like, we can say that. Like, that is so special. And to know that we've worked our whole entire lives for that, you do have to stop and think about that sometimes. But no, I mean, now being on the tour, we haven't stopped. I was home for 1 week after the Olympics, and I got home. I got an MRI, an X-ray. I got to spend some time with my sister and my brother and my family because I hadn't seen them for almost like 2 months. I mean, training like so hard, and then being at the Olympics, we were there forever, and then we stayed for an extra week, and we didn't really get to see them at all.
And so now you're part of this tour, and it's the Kellogg's Tour of Gymnastics, which they've been doing for quite some time. And it's a real honor to be included in that group. But then you're kind of going into a show. You're performing a show for people. What will they see?
It's much different than any competition. That's why it's really special, and that's why I like it a lot. I went to the tour after the 2008 Olympics, and I remember being completely inspired. I saw Nastia and Sean and Alicia, and I was obsessed with them when I was little. I mean, when you haven't been to the Olympics, they are like your role models, and that's why when all the little girls, they look up to me, it means the world to me, because I just remember being one of them. And that's why this tour is so special, because you get to see a different side of gymnastics and personalities. And if I ever saw Nastia Liukin like dancing like before or after the Olympics and before I went, I would like literally freak out. So it's a lot of really fun gymnastics with really cool music, and it's really special. It's like a big party.
Well, we want to make sure that everybody knows that it's this Friday. It's at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, and you'll be joined by all of your fellow Olympians. And Michaela Maroney, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to continue on because we're going to talk about some of the things that happened to you at the Olympics. And one was when you were up at the podium, and there was that famous shot that sort of went viral of you. Can you explain what you explained to David Letterman? You said, he said, look, it was one of those moments when I thought it was good that he did that. He said, hey, you were caught in a moment.
He definitely explained it very well. I mean, it was just that moment of time where I was literally in complete shock. Like, I didn't even know what I was doing or where I was. I literally I fell and I walked off the podium, and the next girl went, and I had to already go get on the podium and get my medal, and it was just weird to think, because that was the last thing that I did. That was the last skill of my Olympics, and I was done, and that was all I was going to do, and it was just weird to think that I was done. And
you were disappointed.
I was disappointed. I mean, I wasn't disappointed with the silver medal at all. That is a complete honor. I worked my whole entire life to be even in a vault final is so amazing at the Olympics, and I was just disappointed with me falling. I have never fallen on that vault ever, even in practice and competition and anything. So
was it nerves, do you think?
I was really tired. I had a broken toe, a fractured shin, and it was my second vault. And
you were in pain?
To be completely honest, I was just so, tired. And I'm not going to, say what happened. I still can't kind of tell you what happened. I don't know.
You're human.
I really don't know.
You're human.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say I fell because I was tired, because I really don't think that's true. I have worked out at 10 o'clock at night where I literally have gotten no sleep, did homework all night, and then hurt as well, and I can still make that vault. So that's not why I fell. I fell because everything happens for a reason, and I can't even really explain.
So everybody this has sort of become this viral thing, where it was that look on your face.
Yeah.
Can you show me what that look was?
It's the not impressed face.
Okay, not impressed, and you weren't impressed with your performance. You were upset with yourself.
Yeah.
But this has gone viral, and you've seen it.
Yeah.
And there are websites
I know.
devoted to this. There are people who are dressing up around the world as Michaela this Halloween.
It's crazy.
How do you
People
feel about
are
that?
being me for Halloween. I mean, I'm getting all these pictures sent to me by friends and family, and even the tour, all my friends on tour, they're like, I'm gonna dress up as you for Halloween. So, and it's just crazy to know that people have watched the Olympics and they remember that moment. And I mean, it's kind of a weird moment to remember for me, because I don't really like to think about that. But now it's special to me, and it's funny, and
it's flattering, isn't it?
Yeah, in a weird way.
In sort of a weird way,
Yeah.
But there's something good. Would you say that that's something that's positive that
Exactly.
came out of this?
That's what I mean. I mean, I finally kind of accepted the fact that I like that this happened to me. I'm okay with that I fell and that this happened. And I mean, the second I fell, in my head, I thought, I have to come back for another Olympics. And I mean, if I made that vault and I got a gold medal, maybe I would have never came back for another Olympics, you know? I would have been done.
And your sights are set on Rio, right?
Yeah, and if that's what was supposed to happen, if I'm supposed to come back for another Olympics, I mean, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and I just really trust that.
How do you find time, really, to be 16?
I don't. You don't. You have to grow up. If you're a gymnast and you're being gone at the Olympics for almost 2 months without your family, and just crazy stuff happens to you. You have to deal with injuries, you have to deal with drama, you have to deal with being online, just like the not impressed thing. And people were, you know, at first people were not being very nice to me. Like, they were saying that I was being disrespectful to my country for going up on the podium and not being impressed with my silver medal. And that, like I said, that wasn't it.
You said
it was me being
you were
not impressed
misinterpreted.
with myself. And I was very misinterpreted. And that really, it broke my heart, because I am a really good sport. The girl who competed with me and got the gold medal, we did drug testing together, and we drove back in the bus, and we were having a really good time together. And it's just, people never know the behind-the-scenes things that happen. Like, they don't know that I gave her the biggest hug, and we talked for a long time after, and she literally said she was sorry for taking my gold medal. And I was like, no, like, whoever got it is the one who deserves it. And we were really close friends, and people were being mean to me, saying that why didn't I hug her, and I was in shock. I don't even remember that moment. So,
do you feel like you have something to prove when you go to Rio?
no, I don't have to prove to anybody anything. Like, I don't like when people think that they have to prove stuff to people, because you only have to do things for yourself, and that's the most important thing. I don't have to win a gold medal for anybody. I do things for myself.
Alex Rodriguez got benched in the playoffs for this year's title, the ALCS, and he said, when I'm going back to the Yankees, if he goes back, he says, I have something to prove. You don't feel that, and that's coming from a professional athlete that makes millions of dollars a year. What you're saying is, I got a little bit of a healthier attitude when it comes to competition, maybe.
Well, I mean, if you have to prove things to other people, that's just not how I feel. I do things for myself. I love gymnastics. I have a passion for it. And if I came back to the Olympics, it wouldn't be to prove to other people that that gold medal was mine or that I can do a better vault. It would be to prove to myself that I can do that and I can do whatever I want. I mean, if I wanted to right now, I could be done. I could go and I want to be an actress and that's what I want to get into. I could go and do that, but I still love gymnastics and I'm still young, and that wouldn't be the only reason I'd be coming back to Rio, to prove myself. Like, that's not what I have to do.
At what point are you going to know I'm done?
I think it will hit me. It hasn't hit me yet, so I'm waiting for that point. I mean, probably if I get to go to the next Olympics, I might be done after that, but it really depends on your body. I mean, some girls, they're done after they're 16 because your body just really starts falling apart from all this pounding. I mean, I would train from 1 to 8 every single day from when I was 10 years old to now. So obviously your body really starts falling apart, and it hasn't, I mean, obviously I'm not really put together right now, but I think I'll be okay. And I mean, the love of the sport really can take over anything.
Well, Michaela Maroney, you're a pleasure to talk to.
Thank you.
We wish you luck, and we hope that your tour is really successful.
Thank you. It really has been a lot of fun, and I hope people get tickets and go see the show because it's a really special show. And like I said, when I was younger and I saw it, I was completely inspired, and it meant the world to me, and I remember it to this day.
Well, good luck on your tour.
Thank you so much.
Right,
it's nice to meet you.
Here. You're a real pleasure to talk to.
Thank you.
And a great interview, by the way.
That was a great interview.
You know, well, thank you. David Badiah said the same thing, too. I said, he goes, you know what, that was the best interview I've had so far.
You know what? It kind of was. When you go, like, deep into things that people usually don't go into, they say,
right.
How do you feel about the not-impressed face? You can't really explain that without explaining the story.
No,
you know?
you're right, you can't.
And without explaining why would you want to go back to the Olympics. It's not because I want to prove myself.
You guys absolutely have to run? We do need to go. You do need to go?
Oh, okay.
Right.
But, yeah, that was a very good
We had a
interview.
bunch of stuff we did.
Right.
Tons of stuff.
Apparently the computer froze at one point, so I think there's plenty there.
Okay, all right. Are you from California?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Do you still live there?
Yeah. I'm in California.
Where in California?
I am living in Long Beach right now. My gym's in LA.
I hate you.
Why?
Because
You like Long Beach?
No, because I want to live, I'd rather be in Southern California.
Oh.
So nice there.
I'm a California girl.
No, I love
Forever
Southern
and
California.
always.